Yo, so speaking of some more legal news, man, we're going to move on to the topic of the whole YSL Rico case. Young Thug is currently fighting for his life down in Atlanta, and this week was interesting because one of his co-defendants, Quindarius Zachary, a.k.a. Lil Dee, took the stand. Now, Lil Dee was in orange jumpsuit. So that means Lil Dee is incarcerated right now. He is in jail. He's in the Fulton County jail on Rice Street, as the prosecution stated. And Lil Dee get up there, you know what I'm saying? It seems like maybe he ain't want to go up there. But from my understanding and me reading his language and the things he was saying, Lil Dee has incentive to get out of jail. It's like the get out of jail free card. Now, something happened to where somebody shot up Lil Dee's cousin's house, right? So they shoot up Lil Dee's cousin's house, and according to him, Moontunk and another YSL member, I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now, maybe it'll come to me later. Him and the other guy, they get into a car. So it's 3 people in the car. Lil Dee, Moontunk, and the other YSL member. He called them up to come pick him up because somebody shot up his cousin's house. They see the car. They're driving around, you know what I'm saying, in the hood. They see the car. Lil Dee gets out, start firing. Pop, 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 pop. Another guy gets out and start firing as well. According to Lil Dee, Moontunk, who we just seen recently on the stand, he didn't get out and start shooting. So 2 people got out of the car, start shooting. This is all what Lil Dee is saying. So I know the prosecutor is trying to pin this and say, hey, this is gang violence. But possibly this could be just like, yo, come on, man. This could be all ego. This ain't got nothing to do with this whole YSL thing. It's got something to do with, hey, you shot at my family crib. I'm about to go out there and ride. And sometimes when you make those type of decisions, you might have a homie that's with you that might want to crash out. So I don't know if this prosecution got a good case anymore, because it's almost like the jury might read that as how I'm reading it. Like, nah, these are individuals making up or making decisions on things that possibly only serve them. Like, so far, we really didn't got nothing that Young Thug did. This is what everybody else did, right? So in that whole Rico, going back to the Diddy thing, in the Rico thing with the Diddy, everything points to Diddy. Most of this stuff that we getting in the YSL case don't point to Young Thug. That's the only point I'm trying to make. None of the stuff kind of point to him. It's like everybody else did it, and the prosecution is saying, well, he's the leader, which I don't know will stick with the jury. But moving forward, there was a statement that was made while the prosecution this week was getting a testimony of Lil Dee. And the thing that came up was, she kept saying, Miss Love, you guys know who Miss Love is if y'all watch this. But if you don't, Miss Love is a prosecutor who is like the lead prosecutor on this whole case. Miss Love kept using the word they. Shannon Stillwell's attorney, Mr. Sharp, said, hey, can you clarify? So he objected and said, can you clarify who this whole they thing is? The lawyer that represents the YSL member, Shannon Stillwell, who is the lawyer name is Mr. Sharp, right? He is saying that, hey, this is some dirty work. She's doing that purposely. So it was the whole thing. He said, I want to move for mistrial. He's trying to really move for mistrial based on everything that's something like that. Like all these little things that's happening. He's like, yo, the prosecution is purposely doing these things. So, in real time, I think she did that. She did that purposely. They could not play back the audio. Miss Love, she keep not using the mic. So I think that's like, she knows like what's doing it, I think, because for some reason she just won't use the mic. We can't really hear the audio. So during the break, the judge had to go back to the whole, the paper version of what could have happened. And I think that wasn't clear enough. And I think the lawyer, Mr. Sharp, had a very good point. And I think that's exactly what she did. She was trying to trick him to put somebody else in the car that was never in the car. And he is agreeing to it. But then he go back and say, wait, you never said Shannon. You said this. I thought you were talking about this. So that's basically what's been happening. From what I understand, Lil Dee trying to get to his grandma's funeral. Lil Dee trying to get out of jail. They asked him, the question came up, once I get done with this, once he gets done testifying, he gets out of jail. So if I'm the defense attorney, I'm gonna, hey, jury, you guys are seeing what's happening. This guy shows up in an orange suit. You know why he's here? Because he gets out of jail. So anything he says, I wouldn't even take it that serious, because people are willing to say whatever they can to get out of Fulton County Jail based on the harsh conditions that is in, man. That's all I got to say about it, man. What do you guys think about the YSL case so far? Do y'all think Young Thug is cooked? Do y'all think the prosecution is really doing a bad job right now of convincing the jury that Young Thug is this big bad wolf, man? I want y'all to drop a comment below.